Mix means variety, mix 94.5. Well, like we do every year around this time, we join forces with the Lifeserve Blood Center to have a big blood drive that Fort Dodge always comes out to. You guys are amazing. And once again, Shay Willis has joined us to talk about this blood drive. Shay, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. How are you, Jay?
I'm doing pretty good. It's good to see you again. It's been since I think December is when we did our
Yeah,
last
it's
one.
been a while. But we got the
So
Jay and Shay show back.
it's the best. Uh, so coming up, it is Friday, May 30th, from 7 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon at the Fort Dodge Donor Center, and I'm very excited about it. I know we're gonna do great numbers like we always do. The
Yeah.
community comes out to these. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this blood drive for people that aren't in the know yet?
Well, I think if people haven't caught on, Jay, we kind of tend to partner and do these types of blood drive promotions around the holidays,
Hmm.
just because those become very challenging times for blood collection. So, May 30th, right before or right after actually Memorial Day, right before summer kind of kicks off, June, July, August, and those months become really challenging for us. Everybody's schedules are a little different, school's out, people are taking vacations, traveling. And so, blood donation probably isn't at the top of the priority list. But what we have to remember is patients in our local hospitals don't always get a break or a
No.
vacation. And so the need is constant, and we need our blood donors to be really good about making sure they're donating every time they're eligible, just so that we can be ensured that we're providing that stable and safe blood supply to patients in need.
And if there's somebody that has never donated before and they're curious about it, what are the requirements that they would need to donate blood?
Yeah, so in the state of Iowa, you can be 16 or 17 years old with parental consent and donate blood. Otherwise, if you're 18 or older, you meet the age requirement. But then there are lots of other things, Jay, that we have to check per the FDA to make sure that you're eligible to donate. So you have to be at least 110 pounds. You have to be in good health, and then we check some things in kind of like a mini physical at the beginning. We're going to check your temperature, your pulse, your blood pressure, and then we have to ask you a series of questions: what medications you're on, where you've traveled, a variety of different things, and that's just to make sure that it's safe for you to donate, because we have to make sure you're in good
Right.
condition so that when we take that unit of blood from you, that it's going to go to somebody and that it's obviously acceptable for them to receive. So you kind of go through that questionnaire piece of the process, then you donate. And in our donor centers, there are a couple of different types of donations that you can do. The most common ones are what we call whole blood, double red cell, or platelet donation. So they all look a little different. They all take a different amount of time to donate. But if you were just coming in for the very first time, more than likely you're going to do what we call a whole unit of blood. And
Hmm.
that takes people maybe 10 minutes to actually do. It's not a race, but it doesn't typically take very long. A unit is like a pint, it's not huge.
Right.
And then once you're done with that, we make sure you're all bandaged up and good to go. But we always ask that you stay with us and have some refreshments and feel good before you leave. And so we always ask people, Jay, to give us about 45 minutes to an hour of your time. And that's for the entire process. That's not for just the blood donation. I think
Yeah.
sometimes people hear that time and they're like, whoa.
That's a long time to be hooked up. No, it's not at all.
Yeah, no, there's just a process that has to be followed there. And so we ask people to give us that amount of time.
And it's such a I mean, it is a really quick process. I mean, all the things that you had mentioned, all the questions and doing a little physical, all that's included. I mean, and you're in and out at the longest an hour usually, and you get to be a hero essentially because
Yes.
this helps people right in our community, which I think is an awesome thing.
Yes. So what we really pride ourselves on, Jay, is being that local provider. So if you donate with Lifeserve Blood Center, your donation is going to come back into one of our lab facilities because it has to have additional testing after it's collected. But once that's complete, it literally is then taken right back into our community hospitals and put on shelves in laboratories to make sure that if you're a hospital patient and you need a blood transfusion, that those lab professionals can go into that blood bank and say, hey, I need X unit of blood or X units, and they can
Hmm.
have it right there. And so, yeah, we really pride ourselves on, volunteer blood donation, getting those blood donors in on a regular basis so that we can make sure that we always have what our hospitals need and that we don't have to ask any other blood centers to help us meet those needs.
Yeah, and the blood not only will it be in our community, I mean, it's helping such a wide variety of people in the hospital. I mean, I always think
Yes.
emergency room off the top of my head, but it's so much more than that.
You're so right. One of the top users of blood products is cancer patients, and those are regular needs because if you're going through cancer treatment, you're going on a regular basis. But even mothers after delivery, after childbirth, can have complications, and normally that's not an emergency, right? You're
Yeah,
pretty prepared 9 months in that you're going to go in to have a baby, but unfortunately, a lot of mothers do face post delivery complications. Car accidents, those are kind of your emergency situations, burn victims, any type of trauma. Yes, those a lot of times too are going to use a lot of units of blood in one setting. But yeah, sometimes I just don't think people realize the need and the reason we're always asking. But it's because we can't replace blood.
right.
We can't manufacture it. It's got to be given. It's a gift. And so it does truly make a difference. And I mentioned that kind of whole unit of blood, Jay. That's like potentially impacting up to three people's lives because once we've collected that unit, it's going to get divided out into three components: red cells, plasma, and platelets. And so you're potentially helping three different patients with three different three very different needs.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you could turn your back on that. You're helping 3 people right off the bat with just an hour of your time and just a sitting in a chair, getting some snacks afterwards,
Yeah.
and, a T-shirt 'cause,
Yeah.
the donors get to get a free T-shirt, and they look awesome this year, as they always do.
Yeah.
And again, if you wanna be a part of this blood drive, it is the Alpha Media Lifeserve Blood Center blood drive. We do it every Memorial Day in and around that time. It's gonna be Friday, May 30th from 7 until 3 at the Fort Dodge Donor Center, which is at 118 South 25th Street in Fort Dodge. You can schedule an appointment by phone. You can do 800-287-4903 or visit their website, which is really easy. I went through it the other day just to see, how fast I could do it. It didn't take long at all. So go to lifeserve.info/FD53025. It's so simple and it's on our screen if you are watching the video. And I love doing this because I know we're helping so many people, and I'm so proud of our town because we really show up to stuff like this.
Yeah, we appreciate Fort Dodge. That's one of the reasons we decided to build a donor center there because of the loyal blood donor population. So make this a priority. Come and see us. And if you have, any questions, there's tons of information on our website, lifeservebloodcenter.org. You can go there to schedule too. This is just a short link. But if you need information about donation or have questions, there's a live chat there as well. So we'll happily do whatever we can to make sure you're prepared. Also, I want to just remind people, eat a good meal, make sure you're well hydrated, and bring a photo ID to your donation.
Very important. Well, I think it's going to be another great blood drive. And Shay, thank you so much for joining me again. And I can't wait to talk to you again.
Yes, we appreciate you, Jay, and everybody at Alpha Media. Thanks so much.